my name is Roann and I'm a junior health science major. Being in college is already challenging enough between balancing classes, making friends, participating in extracurriculars, taking care of family, and handling the growth and self-exploration that inevitably happens during college. At Clemson, not only do these challenges exist for minority students, but the added challenge of being one of a respective group on a majority white Christian campus can create feelings of isolation among students from minority backgrounds. When I came to Clemson as a Muslim woman, I knew that it would be a challenge to be a religious minority on this campus, but I had grown up as a Muslim in the South my whole life, so I thought I was used to it. After all, the Pew Research Center for Religion and Public Life found that among adults in South Carolina, 78% are Christian compared to 71% nationwide. Additionally, less than 1% of South Carolinians identify as Muslim. I felt the impact of this statistic because within my first few weeks at Clemson, I was the subject of a viral hate post about Muslims on Clemson's campus. And instead of sitting down in my freshman year general chemistry class, I found myself sitting down with administrators at Clemson, having conversations about my safety on campus in light of the post and the violent comments that had been written about Muslims at Clemson. Starting college was already overwhelming, but the addition of this incident made me feel immediately isolated from the rest of the students on campus. Imagine having a person taking a picture of you and other students and then anonymously posting it online with thousands of people sharing and commenting on the photo of you saying hateful and violent things. It's not an experience that any person should have to go through, let alone a college freshman within 1 month of their experience at Clemson. Later on in college, I was in multiple situations where people openly said Islamophobic slurs to my face and on the internet. I felt like the university continuously said they were committed to diversity and inclusion, but as non-white and a non-Christian woman on this campus, I didn't feel that commitment being followed through on. Unfortunately, I am not the only student who experienced situations like this, and Muslims on campus are not the only religious minority who face discrimination due to their faith. A lack of understanding and empathy for other religions is unfortunately not just a problem on our campus. It's a problem that exists across the globe, but we as students and as a future generation of leaders have an obligation to help preserve this culture of misunderstanding and discrimination towards other faiths. One way to do this is to get to know people from different backgrounds. For instance, studies found that in the United States, people who personally knew a Muslim were less likely to have negative or Islamophobic views. And this doesn't just apply to Muslims, it applies to people of all faiths and of all different backgrounds.
Hi, my name is Amani Eltwam, and I'm a first-year graduate student here at Clemson University. I graduated from Clemson in May with my BA in Secondary Education and History. I've lived in Anderson, South Carolina for the last 18 years, but I was originally born in Palestine, and I moved here when I was 4.5 years old. Ever since elementary school, I felt like an outcast, especially because of my religion and my faith. I went to a high school with over 1,800 students, and out of those 1,800 students, I was the only Muslim woman who covered their hair. An example of how I'm seen and treated a little bit differently on Clemson's campus because of my religion and my faith is when I went to a professor's office hours during my first semester here at Clemson. I went into his office because I was struggling with his class, and the very first thing that came out of his mouth was he asked me if I was an international student. To his surprise, I said that I had been living here for the last 18 years, and on to tell me how well I spoke English. I really didn't have the energy to explain to him that I'd been speaking English ever since I was 5 years old. It's the constant glares and the constant stares that we get walking across Library Bridge. It's the looks of bewilderment that I get when I speak for the first time in class and I'm not speaking broken English. It's the looks that I get when I tell them that I've been living in the United States for the last 18 years and I've come to call this country my home.
I think the biggest thing is that people have a lack of genuine understanding for people who are not of the same faith. To them, anything that is not what they do is considered weird or abnormal. It's frustrating to know that many people don't know the difference between Hindi, a language, and Hinduism, an entire religion. I'm happy to explain my religious and cultural background, but I just wish the education system didn't gloss over Eastern cultures so easily.
Take time on campus to get to know people around you. You can also do this by participating in interfaith activities hosted through the Ghent Multicultural Center. There are so many ways that our campus can improve on this issue, and it starts with individual students working to make Clemson and our community more inclusive to everyone.